I'm going to talk about my journey through technology integration into my classroom. So it's amazing how many things you don't know until you find out that they are there. And I feel like a student in one of my classrooms, right, that comes in. I feel like I have all the tools in my pocket, and then bam, here's something else that comes up that I'm going to experience, and it's amazing, and I am glad that I get to experience and feel what some of my students feel, the excitement of learning something new in technology. And so one of the things that I have learned is to keep the end in mind. Sometimes I love tools so much, and I'm sure that this happens. We're trying something out, and it's because we love it and we're excited to learn about it and we're excited to teach it, but we're not actually seeing how that fits into the big picture. And so, going through this classroom, I learned really and it's just a reminder to always keep the end in mind. Why am I doing this? Is it for me? Or is it actually something that the students are going to benefit from? How does this align with the standards that I'm teaching? What is the big picture? What is the end, right? And how am I going to measure progress? So there's a lot of questions that come into play when keeping the end in mind. But I really appreciate how this class started off the bat right with that, keeping the big picture in mind. And I think it's something that we have to keep in mind as we create things and as we try new things out. How does this fit in? How will the students benefit from this? The following thing that I learned, and especially in special education, this is just an ongoing reminder, is classroom management. Knowing the rules, enforcing the rules consistently and equally across the classroom. Without classroom management, we don't have control of the class, and we're really not teaching anything because it's distracting the rest of the class. And again, this is something that we work on every single day. When we have new kids at the beginning, we get into our routines, but keeping classroom management at the forefront is especially important, especially when you're using technology, because students can get off track real easy. And again, we lose track of what the big picture is if we're just constantly trying to enforce rules and not actually teach. The following thing is distance education. So we were all forced to move into an online platform, whether that was Canvas, Google Classrooms, or a variety of different platforms because of COVID. So I really enjoyed learning more about the flipped classroom, the benefits of brick and mortar, and how to actually do everything digitally. I know that some of our kids struggled, and perhaps that was because maybe some of us were not as prepared to incorporate all of these tools. And so I appreciated to gain some additional tools for my tool belt that I can share with our teachers and share with the students, because it is important, and it looks like that is moving that way, even if it's a blended learning. And I really like it, and I think the students benefited from it, and hopefully we see more of it. So this class did teach me about the different ways to do that, as well as different tools. Finally, the last thing is choices. We all like choices, whether it's behaviors, whether it's different ways to express myself. And it's going back to my teaching philosophy, where every student has different strengths, every student has potential. And if we make sure that we give them choices, not just in technology, but in the ways to represent what they're learning, I think that we will have more success and be able to prepare our students better for their futures.